Trinity B1 ISC1 4 Skills Test, SELT Secure English Language Tests, B1 English Test ISC1, Skilled Worker, Health and Care Worker, Scale-Up Worker, Student Visas.
Ready?
Yes, Vaji.
This is Trinity College London ISC 1B1. My name's Angelina, and I'm your interlocutor for your speaking and listening exam today for Skilled Worker Visa. What's your name?
My name is Danish.
What's your topic's title for today?
My topic title is My Country.
What are your 4 topic points?
My fourth topic point, the first point is famous place in my country. The second one, food in my country. The third one, language in my country. And the last point is festival in my country.
All right. Could you please tell me something about the festivals in your country?
Yes, please. Festivals. In my country has too much festivals. Like recently, in the 14 August is our Independence Day, and everyone can celebrate in Independence Day, and the Eid. Everyone can celebrate Eid as well, and um, in and the other one, Mela can celebrate.
Okay. Could you please tell me about a famous place in your country?
In my country have too much famous place like the in Islamabad, in the Faisal Mosque, and the Centaurus, Munal as well. Munal is top on the mountains. That's why it's famous. And the other ones like northern areas, like the China borders, Gilgit, and too many places in my country.
All right. Tell me something about the food in your country. What kind of food do you have in your country?
In my country, have too much food. Like the famous food is everyone like chicken, chicken curry, chicken rice. Sorry. The other one is curry, curry pakora, dahi palle, golgappe as well.
Sir, that is called traditional, and street food is popular in my country. People mostly like to eat spicy food in my country. They love to eat meat. They also like to eat some snacks. So people love food in my country, and there is a lot of variety in my country. Would you like to try once again? What kind of food do people like to eat in your country?
I can start with the spicy food.
Yes.
In my country, have too much varieties like spicy food, and everyone like meat, chicken, chicken curry, chicken biryani,
Hmm.
and the other one, Baju.
You can say like people like to eat street food, junk food. I just asked you what kind of food people like to eat in your country. Yeah.
Yes.
The concept is this, that do not take names of different food. Like who knows golgappas? Who knows this? It's much better to use some English vocabulary because it's an English test and it ends within 6 minutes. And your examiner might not know about those things. Yeah. So it's much better to use English vocabulary to describe the food that you're talking about. Right?
Yes, Baju.
Okay. Could you please tell me about the national language of your country?
In my country, national language is Urdu, but everyone speak like different language in in our city, like Punjabi, Pashto, and Saraiki. And Urdu is the national language. National language. Everyone speak Urdu because everyone can understand Urdu. So that's our mother language. So everyone speak Urdu.
All right. Is it a difficult language to learn?
Like Pashto is different languages because it's too hard. So no one can understand. Yes.
Okay. All right. Um,
Uh,
mhm.
but Baji,
Yes.
ये आफ्टर क्लास ये इसके लाइक 4 टॉपिक्स के आप जैसे उस दिन आपने वो स्पॉलर से वो सारा लिख के दिया था मुझे एक टॉपिक
तो लिख देती हूँ, अभी लिख
इस
देती हूँ। क्लास के बाद तो
इस
मुझे भी टाइम।
और फिर ये इसके ना हाँ जी अभी जैसा भी है ये लिख दें ताकि एक दफा ना बंदा साथ साथ ना पढ़ लेगा थोड़ा
Okay, मुझे tell me the questions, I'll type for you.
फेमस प्लेस इन माय कंट्री
Question, tell me about a famous place. Apologies. Tell me about a famous place in your country. Question mark. Famous place in your country. Okay, what do you want to say? Can you tell me briefly, then I will elaborate it and tell you. Do you want me to type the answer? Do you want to say something about it so that I can elaborate it?
famous place in my
Hmm.
famous place baji like Faisal Mosque, Munal, Centaurus. You
More,
can
more.
add
Say more.
you can add the no, northern area is Niran Kagan
Okay.
in
Okay. Let me write
and
for you. Hold on. There are many famous places in my country. There are many historical buildings, comma, universities, big shopping centers, and natural countryside, many places for tourism, and museums, full stop. Okay, now the catch is this कि हम उन जगह का नाम नहीं बोल रहे, ठीक है, हम उसको बता रहे हैं कि वो चीज है क्या, ठीक है, because there are many famous places like historical places. हमने उस जगह का स्पेशल मॉस्क नहीं बोला, हमने बोला है हिस्टोरिकल प्लेस जिसमें रॉयल फोर्ट है, कुछ भी है, हम ये समझ रहे हैं कि एग्जामिनर को नहीं पता, तो हम अपनी वोकैबुलरी उसको बता रहे हैं, ठीक है। हमने यूनिवर्सिटीज बताई हैं, हमने बिग शॉपिंग सेंटर्स बताए, जैसे आपने सेंटोरस बोला, नेचुरल कंट्री साइड बताया जिसमें आपने नॉर्थ ऑफ द कंट्री बोला, जिसमें आपने टूरिज्म स्पॉट्स बोला बोला कि टूरिज्म की जगहें होती हैं, ठीक है, और म्यूजियम्स। तो हमने वो जो जगह आप बता रहे हो ना जिनके नाम, उसको हमने जो जगह है वो बोलना है, ये ऐसे।
जी जी, ये तो चले बाजी, ये थोड़ा बंदा ना बंदे के माइंड में आता है, ये बंदा बोल देता है, साथ अपने से थोड़ा बहुत ऐड कर लेता है, लाइक
चलो
ओल्ड
आप कुछ भी
ओल्ड
बोलना, आप कुछ भी बोल दो, ओल्ड बिल्डिंग्स बोल देना, लेकिन अगर आप ये बोलोगे ना कि वहां पे ऐसे है, चीजों के नाम बोलने की बजाय ना वो चीजें हैं क्या इंग्लिश में वो बता देना,
जी जी
ठीक है। जैसे कि आपने सेंटोरस मॉल बोलना है ना, तो आप बोल दो देयर आर ह्यूज शॉपिंग सेंटर्स, राइट, तो ये फेमस प्लेसेस हैं, ठीक है। और और क्या?
और ये इनफ है या नेक्स्ट हो जाएंगे?
अब और क्या क्वेश्चन है जिसका पूछना है? फूड ना?
बाजी ये जी ये फूड ये सारा लिख लेते हैं ना, ताकि
ऐसे
मैं थोड़ा
कैसे?
माइंड में फिर
ऐसे नहीं,
बिठा लूंगा।
आपको कोई नहीं आता, आपको तो आता है ना, मैं बस आपको कह रही हूँ कि
बट
चीजों
फिर
के आप हम्म
बट फिर भी मैं थोड़ा बहुत ना अपने माइंड में रख लूंगा, फिर मैं उससे उसके हिसाब से थोड़ा बहुत ना अपने से भी
मैं
बोल
आपको
लूंगा।
क्या कट करने के लिए बोल रही हूँ? नान, पराठा, बिरयानी, ये इंग्लिश तो नहीं है ना, आप जितने मर्जी उसको बोल दें, पाए, वो कहेगा मैं क्या करूं, ठीक है, इंग्लिश क्या थी इसमें ये तो पता नहीं, क्या बता के चला गया, ठीक है।
जी जी भाई, भाजी वो एकदम जब आता है ना माइंड में, पता है बंदा थोड़ा सा पजल हो जाता है, आता बंदे को सब कुछ ही है, लाइक फास्ट फूड भी है, देसी फूड भी है,
हम्म
बंदा जब आपको पता सामने हो तो फिर मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ, थोड़ा ना माइंड में बैठा रहता है ना, तो फिर इसलिए ना बंदा फिर सोचता है जल्दी जल्दी ये चीज ना मैं बोलूँ, ताकि पैनिक ना हो। मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ, क्योंकि आपको पता है ये यही फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन होगा, तो जब आपको पता है फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन इज द लास्ट इम्प्रेशन, सो ये मैं शुरू से ही गलत बोलूंगा तो उसके माइंड में यही रहेगा, ये कोई नाल सही है, इसको जो है ना।
आप वैसे भी कभी फेल नहीं हो सकते, बिकॉज यू हैव एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है। अगर आप नान कढ़ाई बोल भी देंगे तो ज्यादा सारा सारा टाइम तो नान कढ़ाई नहीं ना बोलेंगे, बस उसको कट
हम्म
करना है, मैं लिख रही हूँ। My country is famous for food. There is variety of food available in my country. People like to eat spicy, flavorsome food. People like to eat desserts. Um, People like to eat meat and vegetables. And most of the young people like to eat junk food, snacks, and fried food. Full stop. Or
लैंग्वेज इन माय कंट्री।
okay. The national language of my country is Urdu, but there are many regional languages spoken in different provinces. Uh, in Punjab, Punjabi is spoken, and in Sindh, Sindhi is spoken. Um, People can understand Urdu, but people definitely prefer speaking their regional language in my country. आप पश्तो वाला भी डाल दीजिएगा, क्या पश्तो
जी जी
बोलते हैं, नॉर्थ ऑफ द इन द नॉर्थ द कंट्री पीपल स्पीक पश्तो, राइट। सो बस ऐसे ही, और क्या?
जी भाई।
और बताओ।
फेस्टिवल इन माय कंट्री।
आप पहले आंसर तो दो ना मुझे, आई थिंक, क्या आप कहना चाहते इन इंग्लिश? टेल मी व्हाट, if examiner will say tell me about festivals in your country, then what would you say?
festivals. Maji, Eid, 14 August, Independence Day.
Okay, मैं बताती हूँ. There are many festivals in my country. Religious festivals like Eid, seasonal festivals in summer and in spring. There are many national festivals too, like Independence Day or Defense Day. Besides that, in my country, there are festivals related to food, music, and films. Full stop. Now let's move to the conversation part. In this part of the test, you can also ask me some questions. So my first question to you is about rules at home. What are the rules that you have at your home?
Rules at my home. In our home, rule is we can clean our room every week, every day, but I can clean everything, each and everything on weekend, because weekend is in weekend is off from my job. Baji?
Why do you think rules are important?
One second. Why do you think rules are important?
Yeah.
Rules are important for health and health and
Safety.
health and safety. Rules are important to save your country.
Why do you think rules are important at home? Because my question is, do you have rules at home? So for example, you say, yes, there are many rules at my home, like cleaning my room twice in a week, not inviting friends at home, only allowed to go out at the weekends, and I can't party at home, not allowed. I can't smoke cigarettes or take alcohol at home, although you do take it outside, but you can't take it at home. Watching TV just for an hour. And, besides that, why rules are important? Rules are important for discipline. Rules are important for getting things done. Rules are important for health and safety of the family. Rules are important for happiness, overall happiness of the family. Rules are important for peaceful environment at home, right? So why do you think rules are important at home?
बाजी मैं टाइप भी करता रहता हूँ साथ, तो थोड़ा वो एंड मेरा तो फिर रूल. Why do you think
I can
rules
type
are
it for you. I can type it for you.
Yes, please, Baji.
Why do you think rules are important at home? Question mark. Rules are important at home for health and safety, comma, for success of the family, comma, for peaceful environment at home. Okay, now let's continue with the listening test, okay? I don't think so you would ever fail in this, no matter what question the examiner will ask you. Examiner will just question you for 4 minutes. And in 4 minutes, I'm sure he will just ask you 2 questions. Maybe about festivals in your country, maybe about language in your country. That's it. Once ready?
Yes, Wajir, I am ready.
Have you ever heard a recording about crane flies? I will be playing a recording about crane flies. Listen to the recording and tell me, apologies, listen to the recording and then I'll ask you 6 questions about the recording. I'll play the recording twice.
Okay, Wajir.
ISE 1. Task 1.
OK, so what's a crane fly? Does anybody know? In fact, they're often called daddy longlegs, and that tells you something about what they look like. They look like rather large mosquitoes, but they've got very, very long legs. Their legs often break off because they're so long and fragile. There are over 14,000 different species of crane fly in the world, but I'm going to concentrate on European crane flies. The adults hatch in September, after they've lived under the ground for almost a year as larvae. That's young insects. If it's been a warm but rainy summer, then you get very high numbers of crane flies. Adult crane flies only live for about 2 weeks. The female adults lay their eggs under the surface of the soil and the cycle begins again. People think that they're not very useful for anything, but in fact animals such as spiders and birds like them because they can eat them. They're also useful because in their young form they eat dead plants, and so they improve the quality of the soil.
Now listen again.
OK, so what's a crane fly? Does anybody know? In fact, they're often called daddy longlegs, and that tells you something about what they look like. They look like rather large mosquitoes, but they've got very, very long legs. Their legs often break off because they're so long and fragile. There are over 14,000 different species of crane fly in the world, but I'm going to concentrate on European crane flies. The adults hatch in September, after they've lived under the ground for almost a year as larvae. That's young insects. If it's been a warm but rainy summer, then you get very high numbers of crane flies. Adult crane flies only live for about 2 weeks. The female adults lay their eggs under the surface of the soil and the cycle begins again. People think that they're not very useful for anything, but in fact animals such as spiders and birds like them because they can eat them. They're also useful because in their young form they eat dead plants, and so they improve the quality of the soil.
All right, now I'll ask you some follow-up questions. If you can give me 3 answers correctly, this means you've passed. What do crane flies look like?
Sorry, Baji, repeat the question.
What do crane flies look like?
Green fly.
What
Look,
do crane
large,
flies look like?
large mosquito.
Yeah, that's right. Large mosquitoes. Okay, you can also call them daddy longlegs. How many species of crane fly are there in the world?
14,000.
That is correct. When do adult crane flies hatch?
Sorry,
When do adult crane flies hatch? हैच मतलब कब बच्चे निकलते हैं उसमें से, अंडों में से? हैच
2 weeks.
नहीं, when कब? September. In September. For how long do adult crane flies live? Danish.
Yes,
For
Paji.
how long do adult crane flies live? कितनी देर तक रहती हैं वो जिंदा? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Which animals eat crane flies?
Which animal?
Eat crane flies. कौन से animals crane flies को खाते हैं?
Spider.
Very well done. Good job. And what do young crane flies eat?
Young.
Crane flies क्या खाती हैं? अच्छा दानिश, ये ना आपको लिसनिंग का आपको ना कल भी प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी, ठीक है? एक और सुना देती हूँ, अब इसको गौर से सुनना और सही करना। नोट्स कैसे लेते हो? हाउ डू यू टेक नोट्स? कैसे नोट्स लेते हो?
कौन से नोट्स बच्चे?
जो पेपर पे लिखते हो कैसे?
जी
बताओ नोट्स कैसे लेने हैं ताकि याद रहे, क्योंकि मुझे पता है आपको समझ आती है, लेकिन जब मैं पूछती हूँ सवाल तो फिर पता नहीं चलता। अब देखो ये है ना, तो इसमें हमें मस्कीटो के स्पेलिंग नहीं आते, ठीक है? हमें स्पेलिंग इतनी जल्दी लिखने नहीं आते, तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स कैन यू हाईलाइट?
जी बाजी ऐसे ही है, क्या
Like for
कहते
example,
हैं
I asked you what are they
हम
called? So just go with daddy long legs, or you can say they look like mosquitoes. Okay. Then 14,000. Then you go for they live for almost. Look, it's written in here that the adults hatch in September. Okay, so hatch September. We are focusing mainly on time and days and dates. Almost a year. In which season do they come out? Rainy summer.
समर
They live for 2 weeks.
मैं भी बाजी ऐसे ही करता हूँ, बट पता है लाइक आप लिख रही हैं वो बोल रहे they also useful because in their young form they eat dead plant। आप अब लिख रही हैं तो वो बोली जा रहा है So, you know,
अब सारा
I
ना
can
लिखो,
mix,
just shorthand
I can
language.
mix some.
आप सितंबर को सेप्ट लिख लो, रेनी सीजन को बादल बना लो, ऐसे करके उसके नीचे से बारिश कर दो, ऐसे, ठीक है? अपने लिए लिखना है ना, स्पाइडर के लिए कुछ ऐसे बना दो ऐसे करके, क्योंकि अगर नहीं लिखना आ रहा तो कुछ तो आएगा ना। बर्ड्स के लिए ये बना दो, डेड प्लांट्स के लिए बना दो, ये डेड पर्सन, डेड प्लांट आगे बना दो, फूल बना दो छोटा सा। कोई भी अपनी शॉर्ट हैंड लैंग्वेज क्रिएट करता ना लिखने के लिए। 2 वीक्स के लिए
सही
ऐसे,
करता हूँ मैं।
2 वीक, ये लो। ये तो लिखना आसान है ना कि पूरा लिखना है।
नहीं नहीं, मैं ऐसे ही करता हूँ। सम टाइम होता है बाजी, बंदा कुछ लिखता है और बंदा भूल जाता है ये लिखा क्या है।
हाँ, ये तो होता है, ये तो मेरे साथ भी होता है। Okay, I'm going to play a recording about squirrels. Listen to the recording twice and then I'll ask you 6 questions about squirrels. Ready?
हाँ, यस बाजी।
ISE 1, Task 1.
Today, I'm going to tell you about a small wild animal called the squirrel. Now, the first thing that I would like to tell you is that squirrels usually make their homes in very high places. Amazingly, baby squirrels are only 2 centimeters long when they are born. How about food? Well, young squirrels go out looking for food in the daytime. These young squirrels usually come back to their home at night time because they feel safe there. That seems to make sense. We know that squirrels are very intelligent animals because they hide food under the ground for the winter. Now then, let's see. What else can I tell you? The squirrel's front teeth never stop growing all their life. Now it's time to have a look at the life of another interesting animal. Let's look at...
Now listen again.
Today, I'm going to tell you about a small wild animal called the squirrel. Now, the first thing that I would like to tell you is that squirrels usually make their homes in very high places. Amazingly, baby squirrels are only 2 centimeters long when they are born. How about food? Well, young squirrels go out looking for food in the daytime. These young squirrels usually come back to their home at night time because they feel safe there. That seems to make sense. We know that squirrels are very intelligent animals because they hide food under the ground for the winter. Now then, let's see. What else can I tell you? The squirrel's front teeth never stop growing all their life. Now it's time to have a look at the life of another interesting animal. Let's look at...
Now I'll ask you some questions about squirrels. Are you ready?
1 second बाजी। यस बाजी।
Okay, all right. Where do squirrels make their homes?
Under the uh,
Where do squirrels make their homes?
under the winter?
कहाँ पे? Very high places.
No, very high places.
जी.
Oh, very high places. Sorry.
How big are baby squirrels at birth?
Sorry बाजी।
How big are baby squirrels at birth? Gee, Danish, how big are baby squirrels at birth?
But 2 centimeter.
That is correct. What do young squirrels do in the daytime?
Sorry, eating food.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
correct. Why do young squirrels return home at night?
safe home.
Good, good, very nice. Okay, how do we know that squirrels are intelligent?
Squirrels are very intelligent. Squirrel really very intelligent. They not grow. They not grow, but not.
Okay, because they hide their food underground for the winter. What is special about squirrels' front teeth?
Front teeth.
Yes, what is special about squirrels' front teeth?
Special.
Because their teeth never stop growing.
Oh.
जी.
Yes, Baji. Not growing. मैंने लिखा हुआ था but ये teeth का नहीं था लिखा हुआ. जी बाजी.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna hang up the call and send you your work. Goodbye.
Bye bye.